Hello everyone and welcome back to Cliver's Kitchen. Hope you're all doing well. It's Saturday, and Saturday, every other Saturday, once in a while, we tend to have a curry in a hurry, what you've probably seen in the thumbnail there. So this one has been requested. I was actually going to do this a few weeks down the line, but Amy, our daughter, a colleague that she works with, Finley, has requested this. So I thought, you know something, I'm going to bring it forward. So for Finley, this one's for you, and I want you to give this a go. I want everybody to give this a go. This could be your go-to quick and easy curry in a hurry special. So before we start, I want to talk about a curry itself. There's so many different elements that go into it. You'll see on YouTube and internet, all different types. This one that I'm doing is an adaptation of, just as the title says, a curry in a hurry. There's no cream in it, there's no curry base, or what they call as a gravy base. It's quick, simple, it tastes authentic, it smells authentic, and when you're cooking it, you'll be singing along to Jai Ho, I can guarantee that. But there's so many different special things about this dish that it isn't just a dish in itself. There's a little bit of a bonus with it as well. So remember, this channel is about doing things which is cost effective, which is as authentic as we possibly can. But remember this thing as well, creation using your imagination. This is going to be a chicken curry in a hurry, but you can change that up. You could make it a vegetarian. There's so many different elements that you could add. This particular curry is going to be something on the same lines as a chicken tikka masala. So it's a very, very low heat level. And this is a base. If you want to, you can adapt it and make it more. The curry in a hurry, there's 8 different spices, 8, and I'm going to show you here. Again, it's about speed, it's about being quick and efficient, because a lot of curries can take hours to make. This one's really quick. We'll probably be done within around about half an hour. So what I want to discuss is the chili. You'll see it's a Kashmiri chili. And a lot of people think all chilies are hot. They're not. The Kashmiri one is a warm, flavoured, colourful chili. And it's ideal as a starter if you're going to make a curry for the first time, or you're just giving it a go. So the spices, do this ahead. So when I show you the actual preparation and the ingredients, and there isn't a lot, put the curry in a hurry mixture into a container, those 8 spices mixed in, and then make a couple of batches of it, of the powder, and put it in, just write on it, curry in a hurry, and in a few weeks down the line or a month down the line, that's ready to go. So that's the first element. The second element is about ingredients themselves. If you have to go out and buy all these spices, it can be costly. You know, all the different elements that I'm putting together in a lot of these recipes, you know, it could add up to 50–60 pounds. So what I would suggest you do, and this is just a suggestion, is if there's a recipe that you like and you look at the ingredients, just every week get a few little bits and pieces and keep adding it to your ingredient list, and you're not having to go out and spend a lot of money. So that's the tip that I would say, is if you find that this is one that you'd like to do and there's 8 different spices, buy the packets. They're going to last you a while and you can make a batch of them. So let's give this a go, see what you think. But that's what we're having tonight. Chicken curry in a hurry with homemade chips. Yes, the recipe's on here as well. So look guys, let's get into this and see where we go. I hope you enjoy it. Right, so as always, we'll go through what we need. We need stock pot with a lid, our little stirrer here. We're going to need some vegetable oil, our curry in a hurry, 8 spices, what I discussed before. Get that all ready to go. Ginger and garlic paste. We've got cream of tomato soup. You need cream of tomato. That's the only cream element that's going in. At the end of the day, if you want to put double cream in it at the end, you're more than welcome to do that. As I say, creation using your imagination, you can do it. You can make it more creamy and whatever else you need to add into there, but this is your basics and it's going to be your go-to curry. A tin of chopped tomatoes. Now you look in there, look, I'm not using Heinz, I'm not using any special brands. They're about 63, 65 pence a tin. They're around about 40 odd pence a tin. It's cheap. We've got sugar, salt, garlic butter, some garlic, fresh garlic. We've got one medium-sized onion. We've got some mango chutney for sweetness. We've got some food colouring. This is optional. And we've got some coriander, which will go in at the end, but again, that's optional, entirely up to you guys. And of course, 2 medium-sized chicken breasts, and this would probably feed around about 3 or 4 meals. Safety first, as I always say, non-slip boards, put a tea towel underneath, try and keep it as non-slip as you can, safety first. So, right, onion, let's get this chopped up. 1 medium-sized onion. Just take your time. Saturday. So, I'm going to cut the onion quite fine. One clove of garlic. Smash it, top and tail it, hold the knife down, pull the garlic up, do the same at the top end, pull it up, and there's your garlic. Put that in the bin. So, just thinly sliced. Watch your little fingers. And move that along with your cut onions, just onto that side there. Next step, let's get to the stock pot. Let's have a look at that. Right, we've got 4 tablespoons of vegetable oil in the stock pot, and to that we're going to add our little bit of garlic and the onion. And we're just going to warm this up. Stirred around, just nice and gently. Right, we'll just let that warm up. We'll put the lid on and we'll come back in about 5 minutes. 4 minutes have gone by and now it's time. The curry in a hurry spice, those 8 spices. Let's drop them in there and we'll mix that in. Now this is the bit that's quite important, because what you've got to do is mix out those spices. We've got to let them get rid of that acidity taste, that rawness, and this is the bit that you've got to get right. So just take your time with this, just over a little medium heat, medium to low. We're going to cook these spices out. That's the onions, the garlic, the ginger. And you'll know because the spices will let out their own oils. So we'll just keep giving this a little bit of a stir, just nice and gently, just for around about 2 or 3 minutes. So I'll keep stirring it and then we'll come back to it in about 2 or 3 minutes. 4 minutes have gone by. Now you can see in the pan, look, those spices have released their own oils. It's exactly what we're looking for, look. And that will get rid of that bitter taste. That's what you find with a lot of jar curries, you know, especially Indian jar curries that are pre-made. They've just got this acrid, bitter taste, and I personally think it's because they've just not let the spices cook out. So when we get to this stage, and you can see the bubbles, you can see the oils getting released from the spices, we're going to put our chicken into it. Raw chicken, straight in. Just like that. And we're going to give that a stir into those spices. Even at this stage it's starting to smell as if you've just walked into an Indian restaurant. Jai Ho! Can't help yourself, yo. I always think of that song every time I make a curry, especially Indian curry. Right, let's get that mixed into the chicken there, look, just like that. And we're going to cook this out for about 4 minutes. So let's come back in 4 minutes, see what it looks like. Right, up to 4 minutes now, and you can see the spices are starting to get into the chicken. Exactly, and you can see the bubbles. That's the natural oils coming out of those spices again. But the next step, tin of tomatoes, straight in there. And then let's mix that in. Chopped tomatoes. As I say, look, you don't need to be going out buying top brands. Just choose your favourite tin of tomatoes. You know, some of the cheaper brands from the likes of Aldi, Lidl, you know, they're really good quality. You're just not paying for the brand. I just don't get it myself. Just go with what you want. If you want Heinz, you want the top brands, Marks and Spencer's, own chopped tomatoes, you know, you go for it. But this is doing a curry in a hurry on a budget, but you're not sacrificing any of the quality, the flavour, the smells, the tastes. It's just a fantastic curry. And you can see even now at this stage starting to come together. And remember, this is a basic mild curry, so if you don't like your hot madrasses and your fowls and all that kind of stuff, this is more like a tikka masala. So it's a nice one to start with, and it's such an easy recipe. We're just going to give that, keep stirring that for just about another minute. Minute's gone by. Now we're going to add the cream of tomato soup straight into the pan. And again, just incorporate it into that fantastic curry sauce. And that's the only cream I'm putting into this recipe. Again, if you want it with more, you use a double cream near the end to give it that silky, rich flavour. If that's what you want to go for. But this is just a fantastic base curry. I'll give that a stir. And we're going to let that warm up just for a couple of minutes. So we'll put the lid back on. 2 minutes, we'll come back. 3 minutes have gone by. Let's take the lid off, see what it looks like. And at this stage, you can see the oils. That's the natural oils from those spices coming through. So we've bypassed what they call a gravy base, and we're using the tin tomatoes and the cream of tomato soup as basically your gravy base, and it's all incorporated into those spices. So what we're going to do now is add 2 tablespoons of sugar. Sounds a lot, but it's going to take away and balance out the tomatoes. We're going to stir that in, get that mixed in really well, and then we're going to add that salt straight in, and we're going to incorporate that into it, get it all mixed in. That smells beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And again, it doesn't have to be chicken. You could use potatoes, cauliflower, you know, if you want to do a vegetarian one. This is going to be your curry base, tikka style. It's very mild. If you wanted to up it, cut in some chilies. As I say, creation using your imagination. Add in what you want at this stage. This is just giving you an idea of what I would class as a standard, quick to go curry. And it's fantastic. And you can have it with basmati rice, homemade chips, whatever you prefer. Now then, I'm actually going to use a mango chutney. You can get these from quite a few of the shops. It's a cheap brand. I think they're around about £1.50, even £1 maybe. Mango chutney sauce. It's a sweet and sour, so it balances it out. It's got a little bit of spice in there, not much, but you can use whatever mango you want. We're just going to add that in. Just a touch, we don't need much. You'll see it in the ingredients I've put together there. And then we're just going to stir that in. And we're going to leave this now for 10 minutes. So we're going to pop the lid back on and we'll come back in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, let's take the lid off. Now then, look at those oils that have come out the spices now. That's perfect. So let's give it another stir. One more stir. Put it down to a nice little simmer. And we're going to give it 5 more minutes. And then we're going to dish it out. Let's see what it looks like. So there we have it. We've dished it up. Now look, this is a large family container size. So that's the chicken tikka fusion. Curry in a hurry, and that will do for myself, Sharon and our Amy tonight with our homemade, no fail crispy chips. But again, you can have it with rice. You look at the Cumberland sausage rice that I done, or you could have it with basmati, whatever you feel, you can have that. But this is a base one. It's got a slight little bit of warmth with it. But again, something like this, let it go cold, put a lid on it, batch it, tag it, date it and freeze it and use it whenever you want. Now then, I know Finley's thinking, Clivey, you said at the start of the video there's a bonus. Well, this is the bonus. You've got that much sauce left over. But what you can do here, again, bag them, tag them, date them, freeze them. You can use this now as a base sauce, as a starter. You can use some food colouring, red if you wish, optional. You could add coriander. Now something like this, freeze them, and then when you're on a weekend or whatever you want to do, maybe a starter, a king prawn starter, use this as your base. Chop up some green pepper, some fresh garlic, a bit of onion, a bit of oil in the pan, saute those off, put your king prawns in, pour some of your sauce in, have it with a paratha bread, a bit of your rice. It is so cheap to do it. This goes a long way. These will go in the freezer for a starter or even a main meal again in a couple of weeks or maybe a couple of months time. This we'll have tonight. I'm going to let that go cold and then I'm going to put the lid on it, and then tonight I'm going to serve that up for the 3 of us with some crispy chips and the curry, little bit of dash of coriander on there. And do you know something? What's round the corner? Valentine's. This is a perfect one for anyone out there, just to say, do you know something? I can make this in advance, and then when I'm ready, do you know something? You'll have a wonderful meal. Even if you just buy some shop bought naan breads, some poppadoms, and your little pickles and your onion salads, you can have all that. It's so easy and it's so cheap to do, because the cost of going through that now is so expensive. But anyhow, let me say our final words. I hope you've enjoyed this one today, guys. I hope you really give this a go. Put your own spin on it, especially you, Finley. I know you've been desperately waiting for this one. I hope you enjoy it. Please give it a go and give me some feedback. It's a fabulous dish for all the family. Use it as a base and come up with some creative ideas. It's absolutely fantastic, but it's at a fraction of the cost of going out, especially nowadays. But have a wonderful weekend. Till the next time, all the best. Bye.